right, welcome back. So let's just jump right into the crypto world this week. There have been a ton of announcements, and what we're going to do is break down the playbook, what these top projects are actually doing, pulling our insights straight from their latest updates.
I mean, this is the big question, right? What's the secret sauce? Is it just hype? Is it the tech? Or is there something more to it? Well, we've been digging through this week's news to spot the patterns, to see what strategies are really making a difference.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at delivering value now. Then we'll cover fueling future growth. After that, the all-important community connection. And finally, we'll see how these three pillars of success all come together.
All right, part one, delivering value now. You know, in a space that moves at lightning speed, you have to show people the money right now. We're talking about real, tangible returns for holders immediately.
And wow, kicking things off with a bang, we've got the Necro League. So get this, after just their first full month running their crypto mining NFTs, they hit their holders with a massive 28% APR payout. That is some serious real-world yield right there.
And you know what really stands out here? It's the confidence. They're not just taking a victory lap. Nope. They're already aiming higher, targeting at least 33% APR. It's like they're telling their holders, hey, we're just getting started. We are obsessed with maximizing your returns.
Next up, Banker Labs also came through big time. They pushed out $34,000 in rewards this month that spread across their BankFi and Genesis verticals. And again, this isn't some promise on a roadmap for next year. This is actual cash flow being shared with the community right now.
But wait, Banker Labs wasn't done. They also just burned $1.5 billion bank tokens. That's a huge number, and this came from royalties and DEX rewards. So think about it. This is a double whammy for value. You get the direct payouts, and they're shrinking the total supply, which puts some nice deflationary pressure on the token.
Okay, so immediate rewards are fantastic, love to see it. But a project can't live on today's profits alone, right? So let's shift gears. Let's look at part two and see how these teams are planning for the future, how they're fueling that engine for long-term growth.
This timeline is pretty cool because it shows you the different mindsets, the different time horizons these projects are operating on. You've got Isla Nova launching like this Monday, super immediate. Then the Necro League is looking ahead to October. And then you have Hoskillion. They're playing the long game, opening their Airnode sale indefinitely starting next year, September 16th, 2025. That just screams commitment to long-term, sustainable, decentralized growth.
So let's zoom in on Isla Nova for a second, because their launch is a perfect example of how to build multiple streams of value from the get-go. They're not just, dropping a pretty picture. They're taking the money and investing it into Bitcoin miners for real-world yield. They've officially signed the game development document. That's the blueprint for their game. And they're building out a staking dashboard so you can earn Dollar Bank. It's this whole interconnected strategy right from day one.
And here's the clever part. All these pieces are meant to feed into each other, creating this self-reinforcing loop. So you stake your islands to get bank dollars. That bank dollar then gets funneled back into the different bank verticals, which in turn makes the whole ecosystem stronger in the long run. It's just a really smart circular economic model. The Necro League does something similar, tying their future plans directly to the value they're creating today. Their mint in October, it's not just for kicks. It has one super clear goal: raise more cash to buy more miners. And what does that do? It juices up that 28% APR we were just talking about. It doesn't get much more simple, effective, or transparent than that.
Okay, so we've got value now, we've got a plan for the future, but what's the glue that holds it all together? That brings us to part three, the community connection. Because let's be real, without a strong, engaged community, none of the other stuff really matters.
And what's interesting here is seeing two totally different but equally powerful ways to do this. You've got World Mobile, who use these weekly anonymous forums. They want that brutally honest, unfiltered feedback. Then you have Nuvola taking a different approach. They jump on live calls with their community to basically decide on the path forward, together. So one's all about gathering raw data, and the other is about building consensus in real time.
And this quote from World Mobile it perfectly captures the spirit of this whole thing. It says, "Your voice helps shape the future." See, it's not just about pretending to listen. It's about showing your holders, proving to them that their ideas are actually steering the ship.
That's how you build real, lasting loyalty. All right, so when we step back and look at all these different updates, a really clear pattern starts to show. Let's bring it all home and lay out what we're calling the 3 pillars of success for any crypto project that wants to make it today. So yeah, when you put it all together, the playbook is crystal clear. It's not enough to be good at just one of these things. The real winners are the ones who can blend all 3 together. So you need to deliver value now. Think of that killer APR from Necro League. You have to fuel future growth with a solid long-term vision, just like Isanella is doing with their ecosystem, and you have to build all of that on a rock-solid foundation of community connection, like we saw from both World Mobile and Nuvola. And that brings us to one last question, and this one's for you. As you're looking at your own projects or maybe scouting for the next big thing, which one of these 3 pillars do you put the most weight on? Is it all about the immediate returns for you? Or are you a long-term vision kind of person? Or maybe the strength of the community is what matters most. Definitely something to chew on. Thanks for hanging out and digging into this with us.